And let's talk about transparency from when we talk about lending, because right now we're getting more and more requests about what do we see happening, or what's going to be happening, or what changes are coming on, and what things are we seeing. And I would love to be able to tell everybody that my crystal ball is super clear and I can tell you exactly what's going to happen now, what's going to happen a week from now, and then what's going to happen a month from now. But the truth is there's not that clarity, right? That we're not at that particular thing. So all we can do is talk about some of the changes that are getting made. And I want to start my entire conversation with the whole idea that we are starting to see changes in our banks, right? We are starting to see some real changes, and what we're starting to see is just the beginning. We don't know exactly how deep we're going to be getting. We don't know exactly how much change, but what we do want to do is make sure that we are aware of it, and we're using some best practices, and we're doing the things that are appropriate for our business and for our customers so that we can navigate through these waters of financial times, right? Don't disclose private information or credit decisions to people, okay? You have to do that going forward. Don't allow others to use your dealer ID. If you're set up for financing, if you're set up with your own lender, you've got to start respecting the process, because right now we have to acknowledge that while we're all struggling and our business are struggling, and we tend to think that the banks tend to be these big, giant businesses that shouldn't have the same concerns. They do have the same concerns, right? So we want to make sure we're doing the right things. Do not send your denials from an A lender to another A lender. If you're set up with on Green Sky and you've gotten it turned down, if you send that over to Enterbank, all you're doing is they're going to see that you sent it because they have the ability to pull credit, and they're going to notice that. And what you're going to do is jeopardize your banks. You're going to put your banks in a position where they don't know that they want to deal with you. And what they really want to do is know that they have a really true good partner. Don't engage in elder abuse or other discriminatory practices. Offer financing every single time. Don't make a pre-decision whether you think this person can use it or this person can't do it. Or don't sit there and think, well, I could take advantage of an opportunity here. The banks are going to be looking for these kind of transparency items. Real big, don't itemize your dealer fees on your invoice. Your dealer fees are not something that can be passed on directly to the customer if they're using finance. That is illegal. That is not going to go over big. The lenders are going to bounce that thing back if you had. Your dealer fees are something you're going to have to, and I'm going to talk about dealer fees in a minute. Applications, and this is a new, real important one that is just coming out right now, specific to what we're seeing in the market. Application and income statements must be real. Over the past 8 years, without throwing stones at anybody, there's been a lot of flexibility, and there's been a lot of do what you want to do and just be able to get things approved, right? But the banks are starting to do what we call to fund. And when they do a call to fund process, they're not just calling to verify that you've done the installment properly. They're calling to verify that that customer is employed where they say they're employed, and they're making the amount of money that they're making. So when you're taking an application, or when you're working with a customer and you're making sure that customer takes that application, make sure that the customer understands it's got to be a real application. If you're working at XYZ, you've got to be working at XYZ. And if you're making $1,000 a month, they need to be able to say and state that they're making $1,000 a month. Now is not the time to start being aggressive and being less transparent with your banks. Lenders will be tightening their underwriting. So we need to start being prepared for the deals that might have gotten $15,000 or $20,000 approvals might be getting $10,000 or $15,000 approvals. This is just real facts that are going to be happening in the finance world, and we have to start being prepared. But the one thing I want people to understand, that A/B customers will still get approved. 80% of all the prime lenders are telling me, that's not worded right. The prime lenders are telling me that 80% of all their approvals are above 700 FICO. So we're not expecting to see a significant portion of your deals being turned down because they were already scoring over 700. What is going to be affected is your second look lenders. Your second look lenders like Foundation Finance, or your second look lenders like Terms, or some of these other programs that are out there, you're going to start seeing significant harder chops. You're going to start seeing less approvals. You're going to start seeing real changes to those programs. And we need to get ahead of that and understand. So let's talk real quick about dealer fees, because I want to make sure we fly through this thing. Dealer fees are not your enemy. I've heard so many times about, I don't want to pay dealer fees. Dealer fees are ridiculous. It just wants the bank to be able to make a living. They just want to make money. Dealer fees are not your enemy, right? They allow you to accomplish some of the following things. You can offer a no payment solution. And I said this last week in our meeting, and I'm going to say this probably every week. Right now, the biggest feedback we're getting from contractors, the biggest feedback we're hearing in the market is you've got to be able to offer a no payment solution for consumers over the next 6 to 12 months. That's got to be your biggest priority right now. And one of the reasons why, if you're with one of those programs like Wells Fargo or Synchrony that don't have a no payment, that don't have the ability to offer a no payment, you need to make sure you're getting on one of the lenders that offers a no payment solution. It's a priority right now. Dealer fees also allow you to get the lower interest rate for your customers. If there were no such thing as dealer fees, you'd be offering 12, 15% rates for your customers. By paying a 3 to 5% dealer rate, you're offering them something that makes lower monthly payments and helps make your service affordable, right? And that's what it's about. It's making your process affordable. So from a transparency, you've got to be upfront and you can't hide from dealer fees. EGIA will show you how to flat rate your dealer fees. You're paying dealer fees with credit cards. You're paying process. Let's show you how to flat rate it so you can get a better customer experience. Let the customers have the affordable product. Let them get a better offering, which is an excellent rate, or a no payment solution for the time being, and let you be more profitable. Again, this is our point of contact. This is me. I'm Matthew. There's Mike Brisbane. There's Eric Good. Please reach out to us. Allow us to help you manage your financing situation. Allow us to get a no-cost finance lender evaluation. We'll spend 30 minutes with you. Make sure you're dealing with deal fees appropriately. Make sure you're using the right kind of programs, whether it's a 12-month no-no, a 6-month no-no that rolls into a 999 10-year. We have second looks. I know Foundation right now is going through some problems. I'm not going to deny that. We're working through that with you. We're going to come up with other solutions that are going to help you get as many approvals, but you've got to reach out to us. It's no cost. Please work with us and allow us to be part of your sales team, part of your admin team, so we can help you guys move on to the next step.